Really good, really good. Ben and Jeremy have been really great. Couldn't have asked for better people to work with, and they're getting me back right, and I'm going to be back soon.
Mentally, how have you kind of handled being sidelined for the summer stuff and
hmm
trying to like ramp yourself back up to the season?
Yeah, obviously, the start of the summer is not how I planned for it to go, and I really relied on my faith and knowing God has a plan for everything, just to fall back on, and just trusting in that, and just trying to be the best teammate I can, and just learning as much as I can in a new environment.
Oh, and as much as you'd like, could you take us through what happened or
Yeah, I was playing pickup early May while I was back home and in games. Went up to dunk and came down and felt the tear. Played through it, didn't think of anything, and then when I got here after the first week, there was a lot of swelling, so I just went over to Ben, had him check it out. I didn't think there was anything wrong, but then he's like, "Okay, you might have torn something," and I was like, "Well, that's not what I wanted to hear." So that's how I found out.
where would you designate where you are right now in terms of your recovery?
Yeah, I'm shooting, cutting, jumping. I just started dunking yesterday, so moving pretty quick. Ben and Jeremy have been great, just getting me back right, and I'm going to be back soon.
In terms of coming to a new program, then having that thrown at you,
hmm
just how difficult is that ramp up period once you are healthy? Just being with this team and short launch before the season.
Exactly. Obviously, it's a hard obstacle to overcome, but I got the right people around me, relying on my faith to really just strengthen me to get through it. Obviously, everyone else is in shape, and I had to sit out for 2 months, so just getting back to it. But I love it. Just getting back in the gym, doing as much as they'll let me. I'm having a lot of fun.
How do you approach the transition though? Sorry, when you have Josh there,
Yeah.
somebody that you came over with as well to ease that transition.
Yeah, a lot easier. Just someone who I can rely on, and we know each other so well. Just being able to play with each other for 2 years, and that trust in each other, and that brotherhood that we've already built, and just trying to translate that to the whole team. Obviously, we have a lot of new guys, a lot of returners, so just building that brotherhood out and off the court is really great.
How do you approach having to learn basically everything with only mental reps?
Yeah, I'm relying a lot on the coaches, and just meeting with them. We have a lot of GAs. Obviously, like Jeff is my guy. Just being able to learn from him and learn the offense. So we have a lot of great people, and obviously that's why I came here and just being able to learn from all of them.
You've got to watch a lot of these guys.
Yes.
What do you think of the group so far?
I think we got a great group. We kind of have everything you need. We have, the Coach Mack was kind of talking about it with us. Like, this is one of the deeper teams he's ever had, and just all the talent we have, top to bottom. I mean, we have a great group, and it's going to be a really fun year.
You think how competitive does it get out?
Oh, it gets competitive for sure, and that's the best part. We have guys who want to win, and ultimately that's why we're all here, because we know Creighton wins games, and that was a huge selling point. And I want to win some games. That's what we're going to do.
What is the day-to-day like with Jeremy when you're going through the workouts and he's pushing you and you're like bouncing feedback off each other? What is that day-to-day process like?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, just getting back to it with all the running and cutting, he has great feedback. He's been in the game for a long time, and he's been successful. I mean, even look at him; he's super strong, super cut, super athletic. So just learning from him and all the things that he knows, it's great to get feedback from him, and just knowing that that feedback means something when he says I'm doing good. Like, I'm actually improving, and it's a lot of fun.
Did you make the dunk that you got hurt?
I did not. So I tried to windmill. So that was the sad part. Yeah.
What did coaches hope that you bring, and what do you hope you bring to this fall?
Yeah, obviously, with my 2 years under my belt, I have some experience. So being able to kind of bring my experience onto the court and being a vocal leader, and obviously playing back to the basket is a huge strength of mine, but also expanding my game. I kind of was able to show that with some glimpses last year. Just being able to take guys off the dribble, and obviously working on my outside shot has been huge, and we have the right people here to help me improve that and become more confident in that.
You had the finger injury
Yeah.
last year. You had this summer. Are you just ready to play basketball?
I can't. Yeah, I haven't had a full practice since February, so I can't wait to get back to it. I'm really hungry, and I'm itching to get back onto the court and practice with these guys.
I mean, it was in my mind, but it was also like I felt like it was disrespectful. That's gonna be in the rafters one day, and that's his number. So, yeah.
Jackson, you guys have 9 first-year players, whether transfer or freshman or international guys. As someone who went through that last year, what is the acclimation process into this program?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot when you have so many new guys. So early on it was tough, but I mean, every day we're all taking steps. I think obviously it helps to have. Obviously it's only my second year, but help lead them. Ty's done a great job with that too. Jason, Isaac, Shane, all the returners. I think we've really helped acclimate them to everything we do, along with the coaching staff, obviously. But yeah, obviously it's a process, and we're still getting there. But I think we're doing a good job with it.
Take a half step closer.
I know you guys have been working out throughout the offseason, but does the first day of official practice feel any different?
It does. Yeah, it definitely does. It feels, like my mindset at least is you really got to set the tone. I think this is to set the tone for the rest of the year. So I'm excited. I think it's gonna be great.
Where's your game grown the most in the last 12 months, do you think, compared to you were jumping into your first back to D1 basketball now?
Yeah, I think just all around, just working on everything. I think my body too is a big emphasis in the off season. Credit to Jeremy on that one. I mean, I think he's helped me a lot, and it goes offensively and defensively too. And just working on all areas of my game and being more versatile. And it's definitely a big jump from last year. Definitely a lot more comfortable with stuff. So.
I mean, I know Falk was talking a lot about this as last year went on in particular. Do you feel the weight of the transition of one era of Creighton basketball into what now is kind of your turn to kind of lead everything?
Yeah, I think you definitely feel it a little bit. I try not to put too much pressure on myself, but also know it's almost a responsibility to step into that leadership role and to help guys and bring guys with me. And it's a lot more weight, whereas last year, obviously, you're coming just trying to figure things out. But now you come in and you've got to bring everyone with you. So it's a lot different, obviously, mindset. And so you definitely feel a little bit, but yeah, I think I'm ready.
You mentioned you and Jeremy worked a lot on your body this offseason. How do you feel physically?
I feel great. Yeah, heavier. And it's all good weight too. I feel, even with getting heavier, I feel quicker and faster, being able to jump higher. So.
How do you feel? Where do you feel like that's going to show up in your game? What you're able to do this year?
I think defensively, and then I also think not getting bumped off my line, being able to post up more, and just being able to use it, just all around. I think just being able to be more solid.
It seems like there are a lot of guys with leadership skills on this team, whether it's you or some other returners. How do you guys kind of balance out who's leading when and without having too much conflict?
Yeah, it's definitely something we got to figure out. I think we've done a good job. Obviously, you have guys that are more vocal. I think I can be more vocal, but I've tried to be a lot more. I think Ty's one example that he's very vocal too, which has been good. And then you got other guys, and like Jason's been vocal too. But then you got guys like Isaac, who's more lead by example, and he still obviously leads, and he doesn't have to be yelling all the time. But him and Shane, and so it's just kind of finding a mix of both and trying to where you can step in and help people at.
Two more. What kind of an impact has Allen had just being around this program and being with you guys for a number of months now?
Yeah, he's a great coach, and he's a really amazing basketball mind. He's brought a lot of stuff that you don't really, a lot of concepts like I haven't seen before, and just his presence too. I think he's been big time for us, and he's going to continue to be obviously huge for the program.
What's it like going through a Greg McDermott training camp? And you have one moment that stuck with you from your first last year?
Yeah, you just got to be ready. There's no days off, and it's exciting. But I think the moment, just the pace of everything last year coming in, just a lot of running, it's all fast paced, one to the next. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we've tried to, especially in the fall, tried to do a little bit more skill work because I think it's really important that today feels like the first day of practice. And I think if you grind them in June and July and you get them back here in August and you jump right back into 5-on-5 full court stuff, I just think it all runs together. So I think today's kind of hopefully feels like the beginning for them, and a little bit more life, a little bit more energy, because we're not far from a scrimmage against a good team.
That can take first-year players a minute to pick up the system. With so many, how crucial is this training camp to get everyone along?
Yeah, it's really important. Obviously we have a lot of new faces that are going to play significant minutes for us, and how quickly we can get them up to speed is going to be critical. And I think the work we were able to do this summer, and to have guys like Isaac and Jason and Jackson and Ty back, I think has really been valuable for these new guys, because they've been able to make sure they understand what our culture's all about, and then they talk in the locker room about what's acceptable and what's not. And so I think that part of it's been great, and the communication is getting better, which is always a challenge when you have a lot of new guys.
Obviously, the last 4 years, like defensively, you've had a concept in mind about who you want to be and how you want to operate. Do you have an idea right now of how you want to approach that side of the floor schematically without Ryan around?
We've thrown a lot of things at the wall so far, and I just think as a coach, when you put together what you're going to do defensively, it starts with how are you going to guard the post, and then how are you going to guard ball screens. Well, when we had Ryan Kalkbrenner, we didn't have to worry about guarding the post, and we knew how we were going to guard ball screens, so it was getting everybody else on the same page with how we were going to do that. Because we haven't had Owen a lot, I don't have a great feel for what he's capable of one-on-one in the post defensively and what his strengths are from a ball screen perspective. So with the other guys, we've really done a lot of different ball screen coverages and worked with some different things on how we're going to defend the post. And hopefully we get Owen back here in a few weeks and we can fast track him. But I think we'll be ever changing this year. Where last year you kind of knew what we were going to do, and we were going to stick with that virtually no matter what happened. I think this team we're going to have to have a few tricks up our sleeve.
How much more valuable is it, though, that he has John coming in here with him? He's going to have that short runway.
Yeah, I think it's been great. And, obviously those two have played a lot of basketball together, and they understand each other's game. And Josh has had a great summer and fall, so, we're excited to have both of them on our program.
You mentioned Owen said that he was close. I think when we talked to him in July, you said around this time. Do you have
He's not as close as he thinks he is, and we've just had to kind of keep the brakes on him. And this is the challenging part, when you feel better and you feel like you're 100%, but there's a system that you have to follow with the surgery that he had, and there's a protocol that we're going to follow, and we're not going to push that and risk a setback. So so far we've had no setbacks. We're probably 3 months and a week or so out from surgery. Protocol says 4 to 6 months. I think he's certainly going to be on the front end of that, and my hope is by the time the Iowa State scrimmage rolls around that he's at least back on the practice floor.
Obviously, with the transition forthcoming, you know, is it been business as usual, or do you notice yourself catching yourself thinking, hey, I've got to make sure
Huss has to make sure I know what the hell's going on, not the other way. It's been great having him back, and as you guys know, in the summertime, I kind of hand the keys to my assistant coaches anyway, and he had done it before when he was my assistant, and obviously as a head coach, he's done it over and over again. So he was able to install some things that are a little bit different to our offense to go with what we've done in the past and to take advantage of the strengths of this team. So we're really, Mike Nesbitt has joined us. Mitch is now in a full-time role. So couldn't be more pleased with our coaching staff.
You mentioned before that this is your favorite time of year. Why is that?
I mean, I think there's an excitement. I think guys are hungry to learn, and it's a puzzle. As a coach, you're trying to put together all these pieces, and this group could be as challenging as any, just because we have a lot of guys that are probably ready to play, and not everybody is going to play. So how you manage that, and how we take advantage of this depth that we've had, because let's be honest, the last few years that hasn't necessarily been the case. The bench has been pretty short, but that will not be the case this year.
Jackson's kind of taken a more central role in a lot of areas that when you hand off to a guy that you feel like is going to be kind of the linchpin of your program, recruiting and all that sort of thing. How did that happen through kind of like, all right, it's your kind of program now in terms of where you're at, or did it happen organically?
I think a little of both. I mean, we lost some great leadership off last year's team, so somebody's got to fill that void, and I think he and Ty and Jason, Isaac have done that. But Jackson's worked really hard. His body is, I just got a report from Jeremy Anderson this morning that he's put on 15 pounds since he's been here, and he's added 4.5 inches to his vertical jump in the same amount of time. So, you're doing some things right. You're working really hard. Obviously, we have one of the best in the country helping him with that, and Jeremy Anderson. But Jackson's got to do the work, and he's done it. He's stronger. He's more explosive. We've really worked at his ability to score in the paint in one-on-one situations there, which isn't something he did very much last year, and I think the added strength has really helped him in that regard.
Two more.
When you're waiting for Owen to get back to 100%, in the meantime, do you adjust what you guys do in the summer with your bigs in case you're not fully ready to go?
Yeah, and Corinne got here a little bit late, so we're trying to get him caught up. Obviously, Jason's played the position before, so we can use him there some as well. But like I said, we've had to do a lot of different things because we don't have Kalkbrenner standing back there anymore. So we're going to have to be better in a lot of areas.
The last time we talked to you, I don't think Alexa or Karen were on campus yet. What are your early impressions?
Yeah, it's been good. Alexa hasn't done much. He was here a couple days and broke his nose and missed a couple weeks. So he's just kind of getting back into it. And Corinne, he's made good strides in the short amount of time that he's been here. He's got a chance to be a really good player.